Let's be honest, an OP or a TL cannot do it by himself. You have to have the big team around it. There is no I in team. There is always the team that pushes you forward. And as long as everybody's taking care of the lane, the result at the end is going to be great for everybody.
You became the team leader in February of this year. And where did you begin, and kind of what's your vision for where you're going?
Absolutely. And that's a great point, because every time I talk to team leaders around the country, I always say two things. You have to have a clear vision. Where are you heading? And talk about the vision time and time and time and time again. And when people are tired of hearing that vision, guess what? You continue to talk about the vision, because that's the way you people get into buy into the vision. So my vision for the market center is to become the very first millionaire market center in the state of Florida. We never have one. And in order to do that, we need to grow. We need to have a lot of agents. We need to have a lot of production. And so if you ask any of the agents in the market center and say, okay, what is the one thing that Henry always talks about is profit share. Talk about profit share on my sleep. And the reason I always talk about profit share is because it's twofold. Number one, you help the agents create passive income, get them energized and get them into buying as to why we need to invite and attract more people into our office. And number two, it gives us the agent counts, which eventually will give us the production to become the millionaire market center that we want to be. So everything is connected.
So talk me through this. Let's say, Henry, that I'm a team leader that's either just starting out or maybe is trying to get a market center that's to be re-energized. The thing that you're crushing is getting helping agents build profit share, and you're building relationships. Talk me through how I would start that if I didn't know. Like, what are your, one, 2, and 3 tips of how do I build relationships, and then how do I get them to buy into that profit share model?
Absolutely. So the first and most important thing that you will do is talk to UOP about the vision on the market center. The two of you have to be completely aligned as to what is it that you guys want to accomplish. It doesn't matter what it is, but it has to be a unified message. And from that point, you have to get your leadership team into buying into that message as to why we need to talk about this vision that we want to get. After that is a simple GPS, the one vision, three priorities, and then the strategies, right? So for us has been to become the millionaire market center. And from that is talk about profit share, profit share, profit share, profit share. So I will say this, get crystal clear on the mission of vision of the market center and go from there.
So when you're building that relationship, because the first relationship you're going to build then is the one with the operating principal, right? The OP. How do you do that? Like, how do you have that first conversation of, is it the OP that's setting what the mission is and then you're the one implementing it? Is there a conversation around it? Talk us through what those initial conversations establishing the mission sound like.
Right. For me, I have the advantage of coming from a big market center with a big mindset and knowing already what I wanted to do and how I wanted to accomplish that. So it's a little bit unfair to say a brand new TL, this is what you're going to do. And yet, as long as you get into conversation and the vision of the OP aligns with your vision, that's a win. The best way to build that relationship with your OP is having communication. Realizing that what you want and what the OP wants at the end of the day is going to be a big win for both of you. Because if you want X and the OP wants Y, you will see bumping heads right from the beginning. So having conversations with OP, and I'm going to go say again, having crystal clear what the vision will be for the market center is key. Because from those conversations, everything is a stepping stone towards what you want to accomplish.
So when you and when you and the operating principal were building this out, how often do you think you were talking?
We talk weekly. So once a week, we have a 10, 15, 20, 30-minute conversation about what's going on. What are we doing? How are we doing? I am, if nothing else, super communicative. I send a text to my leadership team and to my OP and to my coach once a day, every day. This is what we did. This is what we accomplished. This is how we're doing it. and every day become a routine. That's another touch, if you will, to the market center leadership, because we want them to buy into the notion of this is what we're doing, and we want them to be as knowledgeable of what we're doing and why we're doing it as I am, as the OP is, because they're part of the team. So the more we get them into buy into the vision, the more we get them involved, the more we give them ownership of X, Y, Z, whatever the roles are, the better performance you're going to have. Let's be honest, an OP or a TL cannot do it by himself. You have to have the big team around it. So I usually don't use the word I, because there's no I in team. There is always the team that push you forward. Everybody has what I like to call a lane. And as long as everybody's taking care of the lane, the result at the end is going to be great for everybody. So weekly, to answer your question.
Weekly, but even further than that, you're communicating with your team every day. You're saying, here's where we're at, here's where we're going. So it's almost a daily accountability of this is what we've accomplished. Here's the gap of what we want to accomplish and where we're at, is what it sounds like. Is that accurate?
Oh, absolutely. We have every morning the team huddle, the team stand up, however you want to call it. And then every afternoon, by the end of the day, I send a text and I call it progress report. And those things I'm going to say, appointments held, hires, agents lost, agents net, and operating profit. Those five things are the ones that I share with the agents. Not with the agents, I'm sorry, with the leadership team and my OP and my coach.
So okay, so let's talk through that. So you're saying
Okay.
there are 5 things that you're measuring your business on, and every single day you're communicating it with your team, your OP, and your MAPS coach. Is that right?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
So everybody is headed in the same direction every day. You're not saying once a week I'm going to check in. It's every day.
Every day, yes. We on the top of things every day, and we know the changes that need to be taking place every day.
Well, I love that, because what you're saying is it's almost a 5 p.m. protocol, right? If at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day we're off track, we can make an adjustment and say, okay, what activities are we missing so that we can win the day tomorrow?
Correct.
Okay, so I want to ask you. We've not talked a lot about profit share. We've gotten into, I feel, we've gotten into how you're building relationships with your team and with the OP. Talk me through the profit share, how you're connecting your agents to that.
Awesome. So that is one thing that I talk about every chance I get, every team meeting, every one-on-one, every session, every mastermind, because everything involves around building wealth. One of the easiest tools that we have, which, oh, by the way, is for free, is profit share. How can we get advantage of the profit that we're generating? So I'll give you an example. For the month of October, we grossed 23 agents. 15 of those were referrals from the agents within the market center.
Wow.
So that gives you an idea of how purposeful we have been into building the trust of the agents referral, other agents to us, and how impactful it has been to the growth of the market center overall.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Well done. Anything that I have forgotten to ask you that you're like, gosh, Jen, I really want to make sure that our audience has the opportunity to see this?
Be consistent. It doesn't matter what role you're in. No, it doesn't matter what way do you want to do it. Be consistent. We're in the age, I guess, of instant gratification. You have to put in the work. You have to be consistent. You have to be persistent, and the rewards will come. It will take a month. It will take 3 months. It will take 6 months. I don't know the time, but sooner or later you will get what you're looking for, as long as you maintain that consistency. And the other thing I will share is share one thing at a time. We don't need to do everything all the time. Just pick one. Pick your battles, if you will. So for us is, profit share. So profit share, we talk about profit share all the time. Anybody in the market center will tell you we talk about profit share all the time. Our leadership team will talk about profit share all the time. That is our one thing. So regardless of what is it that you pick to do, be consistent, be persistent. And even when people say, okay, well, we know what you're going to say it anyways, because they need to hear it. And the more they hear it, the more buy into the idea that they need to help you, because of the end result is going to be a win-win for everybody.